Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so thanks to the data download and a bunch of the missions that have been added, we do know exactly when the Worldwide Celebration Part 1 is going to start, and all of the stuff that is going to drop on day 1, with a bunch of missions, as well as some stuff that's going to be coming up a little bit later on. I wanted to make this video just very quickly because obviously with the anniversary and other dual celebrations, we have sometimes had weird start times for things. A lot of the stuff for the anniversary, like new stages of the red zone, well, I guess for the anniversary it was new stages of the Shadow Dragon event, right? But then the EZAs, those were coming out at different times than they do usually, and these ones are coming out at a slightly different time. However, it is not as drastically different as before, because for me, in the UK, events and stuff usually come out at 7:30 AM, but a bunch of the anniversary events were dropping at 1 AM, which is the normal reset time for like the daily missions and stuff. And that's 6.5 hours early. That makes a huge difference, especially for me, with them dropping at 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to completely change my schedule. However, it seems like part 1 of the Worldwide Celebration is going to be officially starting in terms of all the events and missions and stuff like that at what is 7 AM UK time. So half an hour before the time that banners and EZAs usually drop. So that means this is what, like 11 PM PST or PDT, whatever it is on the West Coast now. And then for the East Coast, it's like 2 AM. So this is actually a good time for me. If you're familiar with coming to my early streams usually start at 7 AM, and that's when all this stuff is going to come out. So I'm going to start my stream a little bit earlier tomorrow, just so we can get set up and get ready for everything to drop. But this is what we can expect to see coming out tomorrow. So we have the new stage of the Dismal Future Red Zone, which is against Goku Black in some way, shape or form. The mission, obviously, as you can see, start date 25th of the 8th at 7 AM. So we know, because this mission is going live, then obviously that is when the stage is coming out. Now, I talked about earlier in the data download, we are getting missions for the Cell Max stage of the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone, the Metal Cooler Core stage of the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, and then we are also getting missions for the GT Legendary Goku event and the Vegeta event. Ones are on the next page. But as you can see from the date, these are coming a week later. So these are coming on the 31st of the 8th at 7 AM. So it's only the new stage of the Red Zone thing that is dropping tomorrow out of these like Red Zone missions. But obviously the new stage, definitely what we want to see. We are also getting the start of the missions for the 50 tickets that I mentioned in the data download video as well. These will be released throughout the first and second parts of the celebration, and the third or EX part if there is one. Basically just like the anniversary ones, right, where you'll just end up having all the tickets by the very end. So we can see here there's things like clearing the stages of the revamped story event, the new story event. There's also this, the limited event In Search of the Light of Hope, which is basically the equivalent of like the Gohan on Icarus event from last year. So it's basically just an event that you do once per day, and it has a mission for beating it every day that gives you a couple of stones. So basically just a nice way to get some extra stones, which is good. We also have this one, the Fighters Training. I believe this is the one that is the Future Saga only skill orbs, which you can do daily. And I like the fact that they're doing more of those with these events. And obviously the last one is just complete all the missions from part 1. This one is for the free-to-play unit, so farming up the free-to-play unit, get him to level 10, get all his paths open, like Rainbow him. That completes the missions. And as you can see, obviously that guy is coming out in terms of my time, 7 AM UK time. And that's this guy right here, the Teen Trunks. Obviously, as it stands at the moment, just an SSR that will go up to a level 100 UR. By the time the celebration ends, I imagine he will not only have a TUR Awakening, but potentially an EZA as well. Now, looking at his base SSR abilities, he's a Future Saga leader. So by the time he's, potentially EZA'd, he's going to have a 77% leader skill, which is pretty good for free-to-play. Pretty standard free-to-play, I should say. He raises defense for 1 turn on super, so that's a good start, right? Because this can either go up to greatly, it could go up to multiple turns, it can incorporate raising attack as well. So starting off with that is very, very good. And then he gets key and 70% attack and defense, additional attack and defense 10% with each attack performed up to 50, additional attack and defense 30% when performing a super if there's another Future Saga ally attacking in the same turn, which, I mean, that's probably where you're going to run him the most anyway, considering his links and everything. So Interesting to start with. Obviously, we've seen the art from the V-Jump leaks of his awakening, where he's wearing the blue Saiyan armor from when he returns to the future timeline and kills First Form Cell. So obviously, we can only really speculate what he's going to awaken into in terms of his full kit. But obviously we would assume, I would go with the very basic assumptions that maybe a couple of extra key, or at least going up to +2, bit of extra attack and defense at the start of turn. The build up is either going to build up quicker or have a higher maximum number. And then the attack and defense when performing a super, this could easily go up to like 50% or even more. Him having some sort of built-in additional would obviously be very good because he builds up by performing attacks. If he doesn't get that post-awakening, then obviously giving him additionals would be the way to go. Now bear in mind, because one of the missions is to rainbow this guy, there's no rush to do all the missions in part 1, because remember, you are getting, whilst you do get stones for some of them, these ones at the bottom for doing like the trunks related ones, you're getting these tickets. Actually, you don't get the stones for any of these ones, so you're getting the tickets, but you can't use them until the end when you've got all the tickets anyway. So I would say it's probably a good idea to hold off on rainbowing this guy until we know what his awakening actually looks like, because with the way his kit looks right now, you would say you want to give him a bunch of additionals so he can get his build up quicker. But if you do that, and then we get his awakening and potential EZA, and he gets a ton of additional in his hidden potential, then you're going to want to change it, which he's a free-to-play unit, so it's not that hard to do, right? You'd have to just farm up a bunch of extra copies of the card and then change the hidden potential. But you can skip out all of that hassle by just not rainbowing him straight away, right? And then all that happens is you're not finishing that last mission, which, you know, you're only getting tickets that you can't use at that point anyway. So definitely worth saving those up until the very end. I mean, you have to anyway, right? But certain missions, there's no rush to do them, right? So I would definitely recommend holding fire on this guy's hidden potential until we know exactly what he does. And then also you want to farm up a second SA5 copy in case he does indeed go ahead and get an EZA, because I don't think it is confirmed whether he's getting an EZA or not, but I do think it is definitely very likely. So part 1 starting tomorrow officially at 7 AM. We're going to get the extra stage for the free-to-play STR Trunks story event. I imagine he's going to end up getting an awakening. There are missions for that stage that give you extra copies, so I think that leads towards the theory of him getting an awakening, because extra copies maybe to help fix his hidden potential, or if he's going to get an EZA, you already have your extra copies for the SA5, so that's pretty good. This guy's free-to-play story event coming out and a farmable card. The new stage of the Red Zone, all the actual event-specific things, right, like the Gohan, well, it's not Gohan one, but the one like the Gohan and Icarus, where you get the free stones, the Skill Orb one, and then of course tomorrow we are going to be getting the memorial stones as well. I believe the distribution period starts from as soon as the celebration starts, which should be in line with this 7 AM. However, in the previous years they have distributed them in increments that are between 30 minutes and an hour, based on the final digit of your unique account ID. So when you look at your friend code, it also shows in the top corner of the menu screen, like the main menu when you load up the game, the title screen before you actually get to the main home screen. Your last digit, they usually go in number order. So mine ends in 5, which means I'm going to get mine some point in the middle of the distribution period. But I'll be live tomorrow morning for a fairly decent amount of time, so we'll get all the new missions and stuff out of the way. And then obviously if I do get the tickets handed out during that stream, we'll go ahead and do a bunch of those as well. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What are you most looking forward to in the start of the celebration? Obviously the fact that it starts tomorrow and then the banners don't come out till Sunday is a little bit annoying, I guess, because the big hype is for the summoning, but we have the live stream to look forward to see exactly what the units are going to be doing, and then they should drop not long after that. I think for me, I'm definitely looking forward to the Goku Black Red Zone stage. Be interesting to see how difficult that is. But yeah, let me know what you guys are looking forward to, and hopefully I will see you at the early stream tomorrow as we go through all of this new content live. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.